Okay, everyone. Welcome to a bonus Thursday night live stream. I'm usually on every other week, but this week, Kendra from Consuming the Goodness and I decided to do a follow-up live stream from our last one. This is the second live stream we've done. We had a couple of things or topics we wanted to talk to you guys about. So we figured this would be a good night to have a live stream. How you doing tonight, Kendra?
Good.
Good. That's good.
I'm so nervous.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Let's go through and see who all's in the live stream tonight. I saw Fairbuck Studio is in on your side early. Ronson said he'd check back in. He's going camping, so hopefully Ronson has fun. Andy's here. Michael is in the house. We have Tiffany. And then yourself, of course. You're in the house early. Let's make sure we're not missing anyone. We've got Kristen. Lynn is here. Good to see you, Lynn. Matt and Mouse is in the house. Good to see you guys. Isabel from Montreal, Quebec is here. Kevin from Tuber Chat is here tonight. Good to see Kevin. Kevin will have a live stream tomorrow night, I think at 6 p.m., something like that. Jesse is here. I think that's everyone for now. Oh, I see Ruby is just joining the live stream as well. Speaking of tomorrow, I've got a premiere set for 6:45 p.m. tomorrow for this week's chaffle recipe. And then I've set it to raid into Kendra's premiere at 7 p.m. So that'll we can hang out for an hour and 15 minutes or whatever, however long. I'm not sure how long your premiere is, Kendra, but you've got another.
I think it's about 30 minutes.
Yeah, and it's another one of your exercise videos that you did in 3 different standing, sitting, and then on. Did you do it on the walking pad again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that'll be cool.
Yep.
So yeah, we can hang out again tomorrow night on a Friday. So
that'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be. So yeah, and I was last time I did the banana bread chaffles. There was a couple of people that said they enjoyed pumpkin bread chaffles, so I gave that a whirl this week. So another winner in my books, anyways.
I bet it smelled so good.
Yeah, and officially the most ingredients I've used in a chaffle so far. So it was quite interesting. So
I'm excited to see it.
Anyways, so let's get caught up here. Tam's here.
Hey.
Joe is in the house. Good to see you, Joe. Thanks for coming in. So I think the idea behind this live stream tonight, we had talked a while back by email, sort of thinking about some topics we could talk about on live streams. And I think you had mentioned the idea of focusing on trusting the process and allowing, the process to take you where it's going to take you, and just allowing it to sort of lead the way. I have my sort of take on that whole thing from the sort of health and keto kind of way, but I'm sure you've got some other sort of ideas, like from a spiritual standpoint and motivational standpoint. So I don't know if you want to start off with sort of what brought that idea to mind on your end.
Actually, what brought it to mind was the me changing to more carnivore. Like, I've done it a little bit here and there just for like weight loss reasons or to see what it would be like or whatever. But this time of doing it, this is day, I think, 49. This is for health reasons, mostly for hormone reasons, because everything is totally different. I know a lot probably a lot of you guys who are in here, I know we share a lot of subscribers, that I have done videos, or I did mainly a video talking about how when I went into menopause, everything changed. Like the way my body holds weight. I gained 25 pounds, but I couldn't lose any of it no matter what I did. It was just, so anyway, so between that and just the medical stuff that I already have, I was like, okay, I'm going to try carnivore, but like really, really do it for more than just 2 weeks, for more than just 30 days. But now that I'm, almost 50 days into this, that is really what's kicking this in. Like, okay, I am learning, for me, trusting the process at this point. I feel like a lot of us, we all go through something, a healing process. If we lost somebody or went through something, or, some whatever, different processes in life. But what made me reach out to you with this one was about eating, like about health stuff, because I've been having moments of being like, what the heck? I'm like 50 days into this. I've lost only 3 pounds. And does that mean I'm doing something wrong? Is it not working? So what I'm coming to realize, or something that's been helping me, is I've mainly been focusing on patience, understanding, and support. Those 3 things have really been standing out to me as far as trusting the process. So I thought that you would be a great person to do a live stream with about this, because I know that you've gone through this type of process as well. And hopefully we'll be able to encourage some people. But yeah, those are probably the 3 main things that have helped me. I don't know if that type of stuff, if you kind of came to the same conclusion, that patience, super key, because this takes forever sometimes for some people. And then understanding, just having an actual understanding of what is going on in your body, what your body is doing. Like, I'm trying to have an understanding that my body clearly seems to be prioritizing healing over weight loss, and that there is healing going on, and that it does take time. So that goes back to the patience thing. And then support, having people to talk to who even if they don't know, like specifically, because they don't have the exact same thing. Like, obviously, Jason, you're not going through menopause, but you've done the changing the way you eat, and you have gone through a process, and you understand that there are ups and downs and plateaus. And it's just hard sometimes. So even though I know what my body is doing, even though I know it's going to take time, still having the support is something else that I'm finding is very, very key. So yeah, I don't know if you kind of found those same things as far as trusting the process, or if it all happened really quickly for you.
Well, yeah, I think everything you're saying is definitely, it all makes sense in the whole grand scheme of things. You're right. I can't sort of speak to what you're going through specifically. All I can sort of offer in that standpoint is that, men and women are so different when it comes to hormonal imbalances, like this kind of thing. Men can, eat one less Twinkie a week and lose 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Right. It's just, and I know a lot of women are like, it's just not fair. It's not fair, but it is a hormonal thing.
Yeah. And it makes sense.
Yeah. And I think the one thing that you've realized already is that even though you were already on a path of healing from the last few years of changing your diet and lifestyle and all that, I think your body needed even more.
Oh yeah.
If you know what I mean? Like it's gotten your body is going through another phase of healing. And, the way I look at it, you say you've only lost 3 pounds, you gained a fair
25,
bit and only lost 3. Yeah. But at the end of the day, losing 3 pounds is losing 3 pounds.
Oh yeah.
I I know we'd all like to be able to say, okay, well, I put on 25 and then, I've been carnivore for 2 months and I'd like to see it all gone. But the other thing I can add to that is that carnivore is a very sort of healing focused diet. And a lot of people don't really see a ton of weight loss that comes along with it, especially right away.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but like I say, I think if you've got the support that you need to continue, hopefully you're feeling better. That goes along with losing
I am
a little bit of
noticing
weight.
things. That's another thing. It's like I feel like we get these little flashes of light along the process journey because, and that's also really helpful and motivating. That I'll notice like my skin is even clearer. I already thought, oh my gosh, my skin is so clear, eating low carb. But since I've gone even further to more just straight up carnivore, it's always, even like I had a bite. I had something on my cheek last night right here. I woke up this morning and it was gone. I had a really bad sunburn a couple of months ago. The next day, it was totally gone. Like I'm noticing healing. I'm noticing I don't know if I'm just not balancing certain things right some days, but some nights I sleep great and other nights I'm like, crap, I didn't sleep that well. So I don't know. But I am noticing things. So it's nice to have those things, to like kind of hold on to, like, okay, it is doing something. So but it is nice to have that support, just someone to be like, just keep going, just don't stop. Because I do have moments where I start to think about how I used to think years and years ago. It's amazing how those thoughts still pop up after all these years and after all that I know. But every once in a while, something will pop up like, maybe I need to eat less. Maybe I need to, and I'm thinking all these things. And that is when the support from someone being like, no, don't stop. Like, just keep going. Just wait and see, just keep going past this, because eventually stuff will start to happen. I need that because I still have such a hard time. I think I said maybe during one of my live streams that I ate like 2,000 calories one day, which is a lot for me. I'm for so many years, I was the like, oh, I'll stay around like 11 or 1,200 calories because I wanted to lose weight and whatever. But I don't know why that stuff is creeping back in. I don't know why, but that next day, I was like, oh gosh, I know that I'm going to step on the scale or I'm going to look in the mirror and it's going to be terrible. I ate 2,000 calories. That's insane. And it actually was the complete opposite. So I need to remember those types of things, it's just definitely, yeah. I don't know what I was going to say.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And I think everyone goes through that with the mindset. Like everyone that, before we change our lifestyle, we're always told eat less and move more.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately, for some people, that means, okay, well, if I only eat 500 calories a day and I go jogging for 4 hours, that means I'm going to be healthy and fit. Well, the reality is that no, you're not going to be healthy. You may look like you're fit, but nobody can survive on restricted calories such as that. So, I think you're right. And, I think anybody that's gone through a transition can slip back into that old mindset sometimes. And that's, I spent a whole year probably under eating. Like the second year I was doing keto, I was mainly one meal a day, which for me, it's pretty tough because, I should be eating 2,200 calories a day. Right. And to do that in one meal a day is really tough. Right.
Yeah.
So, and I wasn't really feeling great at the end of that year. So that's when I shifted to, okay, well, let's start eating more times a day. I was actually eating a good sized breakfast and that really changed things. So, falling back into those old mindsets, that's not surprising. It happens to all of us for sure. So
is that something that you like, did you have to kind of get your, like, make yourself, because I feel like as much as I really want the 1 meal a day thing to work for me, because I want as much time fasting as I possibly can, I
Hmm.
don't think it does work very well for me. It doesn't feel like it works very well for me, but I'm just not hungry at the first
Yeah,
part of the
yeah,
day. So did you kind of feel like, okay, I'm not really hungry, but I'm going to eat? And like, is that kind of what you did?
yeah, pretty much. And my sort of opinion about fasting has changed a few times over the years. Like I was all for it. Finish eating at 8 p.m. and don't eat again until 4 p.m. the next day, kind of thing was my deal. But I've also come to realize that if you do that too much, then your body gets too used to things like that, and it's really
Oh,
not benefit. It doesn't benefit you on an ongoing basis. Like I almost feel like you'd be better off to eat your two meals a day, and then if you want to get the benefits of fasting, well, do like a 24-hour fast every like once a week or once every couple
okay.
of weeks kind of thing, right?
That
So,
makes, yeah.
and that changes things up, right? Because I think a lot of people get stuck in this, okay, well, I have to do things this way. But then, and it may show benefit for the first month or 2 months or whatever that, but then after a while, your body starts shifting to that being the norm, and things can go the wrong way after that. And it's when
Yeah.
you have to sort of kickstart things again and shift the way your eating window can be, kind of thing. That's
Yeah.
that's sort of the way I've looked at it recently anyways. So
I think that's good. I definitely fell into the this is the way I have to do it. Like, I
mhm.
have to eat beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. And I did that and I kept doing it, even though it made me feel kind of like crap. And then I realized every time I eat bacon or any kind
Mhm.
of pork for whatever reason, I feel, I just didn't feel very good. So I stopped eating
Mhm.
the bacon and then I started to feel better. So also, I guess something else with this, trusting the process, there isn't like one specific process. Something
Mhm.
else is just that I need to trust my process because
Yeah.
it's totally different from somebody else's.
Mhm.
Also reading in people's comments, like when I'm watching just different carnivore type channels, I'm sure we watch probably the same people, reading in their comments where some people are like, oh, I've been doing carnivore for 30 days now and I've lost however much weight. And some people are like, I've been
Mhm.
carnivore for 3 years and I haven't lost any weight at all, but I feel great. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to focus on how I'm feeling. And then mostly the hormones. Like, I know that hormonal weight in women is mostly going to be it's like right in the middle of my body. That's where it all is. I
Mhm.
don't like that from even a health standpoint, because I know that the extra fat in that area is just so bad for our health, for our organs and everything like that. So I'm trying to hang in there and just like I'm
Yeah.
hoping that one day all of a sudden it's just gonna like go away. I don't know. After all the healing is done. And like you said, I am learning that I I did do a lot of healing, but man, I am seriously realizing that I had a lot of damage that needs to be worked on. Like,
Mhm.
I went on my first diet when I was 13. So that's a lot of years of my metabolism being screwed up. And then, throw in other medical stuff and just uh, not in a lot of years of eating, your standard American diet, which also is a lot of years of taking prescription medications for my medical stuff that I'm diagnosed with. So I have to kind of keep that in mind too, that there are a lot of years of crappy things that my body's trying to work on right now.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. We did have a question for you come in, actually, from Joe. Does Kendra also do measurements? I found the scale didn't move that fast, but the inches came off more quickly. Took 2 years to get the blood work back to normal. So I don't know if you
Um,
measure as well, or
I haven't. I used to. I don't know why I stopped measuring, but I do occasionally just take pictures or have a certain shirt set to the side, and then I'll just try it on every few months, every couple of months to see do I notice that this fits differently. I will say that one of my older workout videos, I was following along to one of them, not because I'm big-headed or conceited or think I'm amazing, but because I feel like if I watch it as someone following, then I'll be able to see what I can do better. But what I noticed that I think I'm a little bit smaller in the midsection now than I was then, even though my weight is exactly the same. So that was also a good thing. I'm glad that I went back and saw that, because I'm like, okay, this is, a good little reminder that the scale might not be moving, but I can clearly see that I look different. I definitely can see I still have ways to go, but I can at least see some things happening. So.
Yeah, and that is pretty important. Like one of the things that I learned, and I've tried to teach people that want to start to make a change, is that take as many pictures as you can along the journey, right? Like you can, because you may not see it. Like we're the last ones to see the difference or the change, right? But if you can hold up one picture and put it beside another and say, oh, well, I may not have lost a lot of weight, but the body recomposition is, really starting to work. And again, that's all part of this process that we're talking about, right? We just have to keep, like you say, have faith in your conviction to do what you know is best for you. And like you say, what's best for you and what's best for me and what's best for everybody else here, that wants to make a change is going to be different. Me to look at thinking, oh, well, I have to go carnivore to make any changes. That's just not realistic for me, because I can't, and I've tried to do it before, and it's just not something that I can stick to. So, but after 6 years or so, I've sort of just found my lane, and I just stick to it, and I trust that that's going to carry me on. And, I tweak things here and there, and I try and find other ways to heal ongoing things like digestive issues and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's just, trusting that what I've done over the last 6 years is going to help me continue to, heal and stay healthy, basically.
Yep. I think being able to look back, like having stuff to looking back at our own experiences, or even someone else who's been through something similar, is a good reminder and a good motivation to keep going. And I feel like that's in every area of our lives. So, in like, even as content creators, if we look at little things that, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Do you?
Yeah. No, it's, I think that this whole trusting the process is basically applicable to everything.
Yeah. And it's also unknown. Like, it's unknown to me. I know that there's healing happening in my body by eating the way that I'm eating, but I don't know how long it's going to take until I'm fully healed. I don't know what bumps I'm going to hit along the way. I don't know exactly what things are going to look like by the end of it. But so there's a lot of unknowns. But we still know that it's good. We still know that something good is happening. And I guess kind of an example of what I was saying, maybe as a content creator, is like, if we kind of feel like we're stuck, like, what's going on? Nothing's happening. But then we get this one like uncommon comment, maybe something that we don't see a lot, where it's just somebody out of the blue that's like, I'm so glad that you do what you do here, because it really, really helps me stay on track. Or, your stuff really does whatever. And it's just that one little thing that's like, it just gives you like an extra boost. Like, okay, I know that I'm at least on the right track. I might have to tweak things, like you were saying. I have to tweak things a little bit along the way, but at least I know I'm I am doing something
Mm-hmm.
good. And so that's helpful.
Yep, absolutely. We've got another comment from Joe here asking if you're high fat with your carnivore and does that feel good to you? Have you tried cutting a little bit on the fat to see if the weight will come off? So I don't know if you're sort of counting the macros with this
I
carnivore diet.
I was for a little bit. I actually don't think I'm eating enough fat because I noticed
Okay.
that last night, like I actually enjoy eating the fatty meat. So
Mm-hmm.
last night we had a roast and I cut the fat side off and I just chopped that up into cubes and I cooked that for myself. And
Mm-hmm.
it was more fat than the actual meat, it seemed. And
Right.
I felt great. But I don't usually eat that much fat. I think I'm not eating enough, especially since my biggest struggle from I do believe that the biggest, even above the dysautonomia and the post concussion syndrome, even above that, I still think hormonal stuff is my biggest challenge right now. And if I understand correctly, if you're trying to heal your hormones, you actually need to eat extra fat. Is that right? I think I should be eating more fat.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you have to balance it between, are you feeling good? Is it helping you feel good? And but also not um, over consuming fat because it can sort of get in the way. Like if your main focus is weight loss, then that higher fat carnivore diet can get in the way of the weight loss uh,
Yeah, especially because
a little bit.
I think if I understand it just in like research, I'm pretty sure if I eat too much fat, then I will like never lose weight because
Hmm.
the additional fat, like the excess fat that's on my body, it will never get burned up because I'm
Right.
always burning the fat that I'm consuming.
Hmm.
So yeah, trying to find a balance. Gosh, I guess that's another part of the process is
Yeah.
it takes so much time just to find a balance sometimes. Like I'm still trying to figure out how much salt I need to have. Every time I
Hmm.
think this is a crap ton of salt. There's no way I should have more salt than this. Still, when I have even just like an eighth of a teaspoon more of salt, I feel a little bit better. I'm like,
Hmm.
I need so much freaking salt.
Yeah.
But finding
Yeah.
the balance between fat and then also once I do start to lose weight, I'm pretty sure that's still gonna change.
Yeah.
Like at some point, after I lose this 25 pounds plus the extra, 10 or whatever pounds after that, I I'm I won't be I'll probably need to eat even more.
Hmm.
Uh
Yeah.
so yeah, it's always a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's maintaining a weight loss after you've gotten to your goal is, I would say, is harder than losing weight. To be honest with you,
Oh yeah.
it is a tough transition for sure, but it's good. It's something you have to, as you're going through the process of losing the weight, healing your body. It's something you have to have in the back of your mind that sooner or later I'm going to have to figure out how much I need to eat on a daily basis to maintain my healthy body weight, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
And again, you also have to trust the fact that, and I know nobody ever likes to hear this, and I didn't want to hear it when I started either. My lowest weight on this journey was not where I felt good. So I did not stay there. I got down under 200 pounds, which I hadn't been since I was, 18 kind of thing. But I didn't, and it was great. Okay, well, I got into, down to 198 pounds. Woohoo, right? But I didn't feel good.
Yeah.
So, that's why my maintenance keeps me 10, 15 pounds heavier. But that's where I feel my best, right? So, but it's all part of the process.
Yeah.
But you also have to, you know, start the mental acceptance
Yeah.
of things like this, right?
Yep.
So,
Yeah. And I don't say probably, I know I needed that reminder, because I always have this idea of like, I feel like I would be good. Like I'm best around like 150, or I have a goal of like around between 145 and 150. But I noticed that over the years, where I feel the best is somewhere around like 160. Which
Yeah.
seems like, okay, that's only like 10 pounds different from where you have this goal thing, but 10 pounds is a lot. But I do need to accept that, okay, I might not be at that. And so I'll remember this thing that you're saying right now. Like, it's okay to
Yeah.
be a little bit more than the goal thing if it means that I am in good health and feeling good.
For sure. Jesse had a comment. Kendra, I think another aspect about looking at any change is to look at progress over a longer time period, maybe monthly instead of weekly. Yeah, and I can understand that too, because you can, and I think this goes back to that, like even as a content creator, getting that periodic comment saying, you know, what we're doing is helping people, getting, you know, we have to look at these improvements and celebrate the fact that, hey, you know, like Jesse's saying, okay, well, I was this weight the first of last month, and now I'm 3 pounds heavier the first of this month, or whatever it is, kind of thing,
Yeah.
right? Again, is it exactly what we would want, you know, as an overall progress or in the journey? Probably not, but we have to take the wins whenever we
But it's
can,
something,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially these days when we're so used to seeing the scale go the other way, right?
Yeah. Yep. And the gosh, that can be so hard for some people to only measure something, like stretch it farther out. So I have a specific pair of shorts, and I have like the whole thing, a shirt, shorts, and a sports bra. And every time I open the drawer, I seriously want to put that stuff on like every single day just to check. What is it like now? What is it like now? I have to like force myself to wait. And then this conversation is reminding me to kind of mentally prepare myself before I put those clothes on, because the last time I did it, I think it was like 6 weeks between wearing these clothes. And I did notice a difference, but it wasn't like this extravagant, like huge difference that I really thought I was going to see. Cause I'm like, oh gosh, it's been 6 weeks, you know, for sure I'm going to, so even though I was like, okay, I see something, I still had that thing in the back of my head that was like, seriously, you know, it's not more than this. So, but I think what you guys are both saying, good things to stretch it out. And then, but also I need to mentally prepare myself. I might not even see a difference at all, but it's still okay. Like, it's still okay. I'm still doing the things that you know, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be doing. I'll keep trying to balance things out, but yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I say, you know, most of the change in my weight basically came in the first year of what I was doing. And I was really obsessed with weighing myself for that first year too. So much so it got to the point where I had to just say, okay, enough's enough. I'm just going to, you know, I can tell based on how I feel if I'm going the wrong way, you know, with things. And I'm the same way. It's not like I'm perfect and I maintain the same weight and, you know, 365 days a year. That's just not realistic, right?
Yeah.
But again, I understand that, okay, well, if things go a little sideways for a month or so, then, well, we just get back on track next month. And because we've learned how to get back into that frame of mind that you need to make that, to go back to where you feel your best. So,
Yeah. And we know that it's possible. So this really can just be applied to everything. It's kind of like if you go through something really hard, it's like heart-wrenching in the moment, but we know, and especially through experience, that as time goes on, the hurt eases up a little bit. You know, it's not as heart-wrenching. It might still make us sad and all that kind of stuff, but it eases up. And then with as content creators, numbers dropping and doing all kinds of crazy things, but to keep going, because the more that happens, the more we know, okay, well, it's just going to happen. Same with stepping on the scale. Our weight can fluctuate like up to 5 pounds in a day.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to happen. It's going to be fine. So, yeah, definitely good things to just stay reminded of, that it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I'll just keep doing what I know I need to be doing. And if there are areas that need to be adjusted a little bit for improvement, and then keep going.
Yeah. Matt and Mouse. This looks like this is probably mostly for you. I have a little bit of thing to chime in with too, but do you anything to explain or properly frame the diet aspect to the kids? Having 2 teenage girls, and the social pressure of body image is something I'm always aware of. So I don't know how I know you have with your kids, most of your family is sort of on some sort of low carb journey kind of thing. But, how have you explained that to them in the past?
They kind of watched it first, because I started to change the way that I was eating for medical reasons. And then that turned into, okay, that actually seems to be like some stuff is actually improving. So our 2 oldest, who struggle with different things, then we started to get those 2 on board with it. So it was 3 of us eating this way, 3 of us not. And then everybody started to notice improvements. So, and then at the same time, we also were watching a lot of videos and just learning a lot about actual food. And then we were teaching our kids that stuff. Like, we were having them watch this stuff with us. We were having them watch videos with us about what ingredients actually are and what they're actually doing inside of our bodies. And then looking at ingredients of the food that we had in the house. And then they're like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to eat that, Like, once you know, it's way easier to say no, because it's like, I don't want that inside of me. So that's kind of how it happened. And then we all slowly, for the other 3, it was a very slow thing. It went from like low carb tortillas, and then we started looking at ingredients and then those got cut out. And then it was just a slow thing. But the biggest thing that got everybody to want to stick to this way of eating was they noticed the way that they felt. Even our youngest, who was, I think, 8 at the time, that pretty much everybody got on board with it. Even him, as a little kid, was noticing that he sleeps better, and it was easier for him to do his schoolwork. The older boys noticed that their face was cleared up, like they never had pimples anymore, So that type of stuff as well. And then just telling them, like, things are as embarrassing or as awkward as we really allow them to be. So if somebody looks at me and laughs at me at something, I can either be like, oh my gosh, and I can be mortified, or I can be like, oh my gosh, seriously, Kendra, and laugh along with it, So if somebody's like, seriously, why are you, if your kids have pressure of, why are you eating that way? Why are you not, seriously, you're not going to eat the bun? Just to make it as laid back, like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal, I just prefer it without the bun. I feel better this way. Or really, we're going to focus on me not eating a bun. Come on, let's like move on, or whatever, however they want to do it. And then we really drive into them that this is for health reasons. It's going to make us look better, probably on the outside. But the most important part is how we feel. We don't want to end up like my mom, who had multiple strokes. We don't want to end up like other family members who have cancer or really, awful body pain all the time. So we just tell them these types of things, and it really seems to keep them like, I don't care what anybody says. This is the way I want to eat, because I don't want, I want to take care of myself, basically. Sorry, I talk so much.
No, I think that's a good point. Like, if I think when talking to kids, trying to, because like I dealing with my grandsons and all that, trying to, I can't say, you shouldn't be eating this, and they're kids. We, kids are going to be kids, but you know, it's funny. My oldest grandson has now somehow, I don't know who told him, said that, you know, you need to eat more protein. So now he's all about steak, and I'm like, oh, good
That's
for you.
awesome.
You know, just like the last time he was here, I made up a whole bunch of steaks and pork chops, and you know, he's all over it now. So, you know, all you can really do is just say, wouldn't you just like to have a nice big steak off the barbecue? And, you know, but again, I think it's important not to go down that road of body image necessarily,
Yeah.
because that is such it can go the wrong way so easily, especially with young girls. I think, you know, and that's getting back to the whole fasting thing. Unfortunately, I think the fasting phase or the craze that sort of hit everyone was a little bit unhealthy, I think, because, you know, we had a lot of people that were, and I saw it early in my sort of keto journey, especially on Instagram, which is where I started before coming to YouTube. I always saw that Monday morning thing where, like, oh man, I fell off the rails this weekend and I had pizza and birthday cake and, you know, all this stuff. So I'm going to fast for 48 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, no. First of all, that's what's called an eating disorder. Second of all, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, it's the same as people saying like, "Oh, I ate all this whatever crap. I'm gonna work out for like 2 hours to try to, you know, whatever." And it's it's not good.
Yeah. So, you know, and you know, so I spent a lot of time trying to, you know, make people understand that no, you don't have to do that. Just get back on your plan, and you know, things will come out in the right way eventually. Again, if you trust the process, then that's just have to, you know, get back on plan and forget about what you did on that weekend. Because if you just punish if you punish yourself, then you're never going to. It's just never going to work out in the end. So.
Yeah, and then just really further destroying our metabolism, and our body can't figure out what to do.
Yeah. Michael's saying he's always had a seafood diet. Yeah, me too. So and I think, like you say, I think this, again, we've sort of focused on the diet part of this, but it comes down to applying this kind of thinking to anything you do in life. Like, you know, we're both content creators. You know, a lot of the people, probably 90% of the people in our chats are content creators as well. And we've all been at that point, you know, like I have been at that point with YouTube where it's like, what am I doing and why am I bothering spending my time doing this? Right. You know, there was times a couple of years ago where I was like, why am I doing this? This doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, then I started thinking, okay, well, why did I start? Well, I started because I wanted to help other people. So I guess if there's any chance that I can help anybody or just one person on a live stream or with a video, or that at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter, you know, whether or not, you know, we get, you know, 10,000 subscribers or, you know, start making money on YouTube or anything. You know, and I'm not saying that I don't want to get to that point, you know, that's a great bonus, but getting back to your original sort of reason for starting, and then trusting that reason will lift you to where you're going to be on YouTube. You know, like I know with your channel, you've experienced recently some, you know, a plateau, as they would say in the dieting world, kind of thing. So, but I think you just need to trust that if you keep doing the work that you've been doing up to this point, things will pick up again. You know, like that's just unfortunately the way things like YouTube are. You know, we grow and then things flatten out, and then we grow again and they flatten out. And, some of us, blow up overnight, and some of us, I've been on YouTube over 4 years now, and it's going well, but it's definitely not one of these, oh my God, I'm going to wake up tomorrow with 15,000 subscribers kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
And sometimes we think we're blowing up, but it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, it's happening. And then it just stopped. But I guess I will definitely relate this to what's going on with my body, because it's like I'm not really necessarily doing anything bad or wrong. It's just whatever this process is doing what it's doing, and I just need to keep going. And like you were saying, maybe make some tweaks here and there, which I'm in the process of doing that with how I'm eating and with my YouTube channel crap, and just with life, like just making different little things, but in a I guess not in a panicky way where we're like focused on numbers, the number on the scale or the subscriber count or views, instead of focusing on that, more just taking a step back and just looking at it from the outside, like, okay, how can I make this a little bit better? How can it be more structured? How can it be, is there a way for this to work better for whatever I'm trying to do? And I think that's helpful too. But man, those little things, I'll just tell you guys, Jason, I may have been one of the people who have even said these types of things to you. Okay, even like what I said about the chaffles, like making chaffles, I probably never would have been making chaffles if it wasn't for your channel. And it is seriously helping my husband. Like he eats way less of the, he was more just low carb. And now I feel like he's definitely in the like keto phase now, because when we have burgers, he's like, I just need something. Like I need something else besides just eating the burger with a fork. He's fine to do it, but it's like I need something else. That has helped so much with his sweet tooth, which I barely even make sweet chaffles, and then also just with having something to hold. The thing. But I just want to let you guys know that when you leave those types of comments or send us an email, or anybody who might have somebody's phone number, a text message that says something like that, it is not small. I just wanted to clarify that, because I know earlier I'm like, we get these tiny little flashes of light that's like, oh, you inspire me or whatever, but they're really not tiny. I mean, that the nice comments are like being recognized. I couldn't believe it. Out in public by a stranger, these little things are huge. They far outweigh the, oh, I lost 100 subscribers. The little things are just not little at all, much bigger than the struggle part. So I wanted to clarify that, because I think I might have made it sound like these little bitty things, they're so meaningful.
Absolutely. Legend 667 here. Just remember, with YouTube, you're not going to be famous overnight. It takes years. If you want to be successful, you need to play the slow game. There's no shortcuts to being famous, especially on here. Yeah, no, I hear you. I think that the thing that gets, and I can sort of relate I haven't had sort of the growth that you have with your channel, but I have had a couple of videos that got pushed out by YouTube. I've got a couple of videos that have each gained me over 1,000 subscribers from one video kind of thing. So I know that feeling. But, with the highs of that kind of thing, the lows come right behind it. And again, you just have to trust that, okay, well, if I just keep doing what I'm doing, but try and make it 1% better every time that I do it, then, sooner or later, it get back to, like for a while there, I was getting 1,000, 1,500 views on every video every week. It was basically doing the same thing. And then I put out one video that tanked, and from there on, it just never came back. Right. So you just never know. But again, you have to just keep plugging away and, just doing what you want to do. And again, I think for me, at least, it comes back to, okay, well, I'm having fun what I'm doing. I'm getting comments like yours about what I'm doing, helping others. You know, your kids really seem to
Yes.
enjoy what I make as far as recipes go. And I get other comments from, people like Paula at P&J's Homestead Adventure. She's lost 18 pounds making changes.
Yeah.
And she, it wasn't just from what I've told her to do or anything, but it's been part of our
Yeah.
getting to know each other, and that kind of thing. That's what makes it worth it to me. So,
Yep. And even when it gets uncomfortable, because, and this is like for all the areas of life, when we're going through whatever thing we're walking through, we are going to have uncomfortable times, whether it's like, why should I even keep going? And then even just the like pushing yourself to continue to keep going can be uncomfortable. But if you know that it's, I don't know what I'm so bad at explaining. I always have to use examples. Like I'll use an example for the workout videos that I do. Those are as much fun as I have. I really do I love to do those. I have a lot of fun creating the workouts and all of it, but the putting it out there part is super, super uncomfortable for me, especially after gaining the weight that I gained. And there's no hiding it. I mean, there's no way I can, you can see it, and it's very uncomfortable because in my head I'm thinking people have got to be watching this. Like, why is this girl doing workout videos when she is kind of chubby? Like, why is she even doing this? Because all the other ones look so amazing. It's so uncomfortable, but those are videos that seem to do well. So in my head, I feel like, okay, well, maybe this means that people, if this is something that's motivating someone to get up and move, or I don't know. So even if it's uncomfortable, doing what we know is helping other people.
Yeah.
I think that just pushing past that, get uncomfortable sometimes, be uncomfortable for someone else's benefit sometimes. And it does make it worth it.
Yeah.
It makes the discomfort worth it.
For sure. Yeah. No, and I hear what you're saying. It's obviously does help. And, there's been lots of people, even in your chats when you're premiering these videos, that are doing these exercises along with it and all that. So I see all that. So, I get you. I get it completely. I can do these live streams every week and not even think twice about it. Hitting record and talking to a camera is just terrifying to me. For some reason, I can't do it, but I force myself to do it sometimes because I know it might help someone. So
yeah. And they do. I will say the videos that you've done that are just like pre-recorded videos, you always have such good things to say. I mean, you always have good things to say in your live streams too. But I think that's cool to know that you're super uncomfortable doing it, because when I'm watching it, I don't see, oh gosh, I can tell he's really uncomfortable. What I get from your pre-recorded videos is heart. That's like the biggest thing, that you are just like, you're genuine and you obviously really want to help people, and you do, because I always walk away with some type of like, okay, that I needed to hear that type of thing. So I'm glad that you do those.
Yeah. Thanks, Gail, for the super sticker. That was awesome. Thank you for that. Matt and Mouse are saying they love reading their comments. Words do matter. That is 100%. That's why I do, I may not be quick at doing it, but I like to comment on everyone's videos when I get around to them.
Yeah.
It's tough. Like this account for my channel is, last time I looked, it's subscribed to like 600 different channels now. So it's kind of, it's kind of hard to keep up, but I try. and I understand that whole comment thing. It's great to get the genuine comments from, especially from the people that we've gotten to know here, for sure.
Yeah.
And Nanny Tam saying the chaffles are a definite game changer, and I'll keep doing them as long as I can. I know that the chaffle craze is not what it used to be. Like, I missed that boat by about 2 years, but I could have made something of it even bigger, a couple of years ago, but it's something I have fun doing.
Everything comes back pretty soon. When it comes back, you'll be like the Chaffle guy.
Yeah. Andy's here. It's good to see you, Andy. The source came in earlier, so it's good to see you. So I think that's we're all caught up in the chat. So I don't know. We're almost at an hour here, so we can start to wind things down. I don't know if you had any other thoughts that have come up while we're going over this that you wanted to share, or final words as to sort of our topic and what we wanted to talk about tonight.
I don't think so. I think mostly just understand. I guess since these are the things that are standing out so much to me, and they seem to be helping, then those would be the things that I would want to share at the end, to when you're going through a process and it seems like it's taking forever, to remember patience, understanding what's the purpose of this thing that I'm going through. What is it doing? What is it healing? What am I learning from it? Whatever it might be, because that helps to make it worth it. But also the support part. I don't think any of us should ever feel like Jason, I think I asked you a question about, I felt so stupid sending you the email. I think it was about salt on a pork belly, because I had never had it before. But I'm like, okay, well, he knows, so I'm going to ask, even though I felt kind of stupid, and it was helpful. So that's something I would say, just, gosh, whatever thing you're going through, don't feel like you don't want to reach out to someone to ask for help, or even just to be like, even if you don't have a question for help, just to be like, oh my gosh, I'm going through some things. This is what I'm feeling like right now. Just to have someone. Jason's not going through the exact same stuff that I'm going through. But if I needed to be like, okay, I'm feeling this type of stuff right now. My husband doesn't know what it's like, the hormonal stuff and how my body is changing. But I can still talk. I can still talk to you guys and get good reminders, get some good, you guys might ask something or say something that makes me think, oh my gosh, I didn't think about it that way. So support, reaching out to other people, and patience.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the support part of it is important in every part of life. If we're trying to go through being a content creator, changing your lifestyle, anything that comes up in life. When I first started doing YouTube, I was not networking with anybody. I got to know a few other creators and all that, but it wasn't until I started really getting to know other people through places like Tuber Chat and in the keto community and all that, and then going to meetups and meeting people in person and stuff like that. That's when it really hit me that, if I want to learn how to do this and be successful at this, then, I need to get to know the people that are successful at this. And I need to lean on what they've learned in the past. And that goes for everything, I've always said that my email is right there on my homepage. If anyone ever has questions about YouTube or about diet and lifestyle, well, that's what the email is there for. I'm on Instagram too. I'm the way that you ask me questions. I think that's probably how Kevin thinks about me, because I'm always sending him message. What do you think about this? What about this? Do you think this makes any difference? Well, but I think as creators and as being part of a big family of supporters, I think that's important that we talk to each other and because, like you say, we can lift each other up. In life and YouTube and lifestyle, we just have to not be afraid to reach out to other people, for sure.
Yeah.
One final comment here. The support part is as important as the doing part, no matter what you choose to do, for sure. That's a name I haven't seen in a while. Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness. Oh. Thank you for coming in. I haven't seen you for quite a while, but thanks for coming by. And I think I saw Karma dropping in too. So think we're just wrapping things up here. So yeah, it's been another great conversation, Kendra. Thanks for reaching out and suggesting this topic for tonight. And I think hopefully we've helped someone understand, or
Something.
yeah, that's all we can hope for with conversations like this. So
I got hope from it too. I mean, I am in a process, in a like whatever type of phase. So having the conversation with you has helped me in a few ways too. So I'm glad that we did this.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, like we were saying earlier, we both have a premiere coming out tomorrow evening. Mine will be at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. Be another chaffle recipe, and then it'll raid into Kendra's exercise premiere at 7 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you're around to just hang out, and we both have fun chats anytime we have video premieres. I think my video tomorrow night is probably one of my longer chaffle recipe videos too. So considering it's got, I don't even know how many ingredients, it took me forever to make the video. So that's tomorrow night on Friday. So hopefully this has helped someone. I enjoyed the conversation for sure. So we'll be back. We'll set this up for a live stream in a couple of months, and we'll just have another fun conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me end this live stream. Say good night to everyone. And then we'll see you next week for my live stream as well. And then hopefully we'll see some of you tomorrow evening for the premieres.
Yes.
So keep on thriving, everyone. Good night.